important. It's just like a cell in a human body. The cell of Tanya Love is important. The cell of Rose Faraci is important. Amnon's important. The Pegasus cell is important. And the more of us that know our cell's important, and we love ourselves, and we are a shining, thriving, healthy cell, we vibrate with love, we vibrate with hope, with faith of a new earth, we absolutely will create that. So what I hope in my soul is that enough of you listening are ready to hold your focus for your own life, but also to be that vibrational frequency that emits such a powerful signal that we shift the collective consciousness into a higher vibrational state. So then there will be no third world countries that are impoverished, because we will all be one, and we will all help each other, and we will no longer hoard money and hoard things, because we will know that we all are here to thrive. What do you think about that, Rose? Like, that's my inner knowing on that. I was like passionate about that.
No, that was beautifully said. That is absolutely right. It is absolutely possible. And it is actually, done, as good as done, if enough of us, and there is enough of us, I am you, you are me. So we are collective consciousness. So like Tanya and I could get together with other, people, anyone who would be willing to raise the consciousness,
We are, girl.
Yes, absolutely. And so it is about, who's willing to step it up and work together in this, because it's about working together in unity, no more separation.
Come together right now.
Break on through to the other side. That's right.
Yeah,
so,
there you go. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Amnon, did Pegasus respond? Like, did we get an amen on that?
I'm sure you did. He did not respond yet.
Okay, well, Pegasus, tell us what you think about that amazing moment of truth.
I don't know that I would ask him to say what he's thinking. I would just take it as it is.
Okay, well, if they want to share, I was going to share it because I do this almost every week, and you know how much I love.
He's saying thank you.
What's that?
Thank you, he says.
Thank you. Okay, that works. So, on what Rose and I have been talking about, like, some of you, we get it if you actually are in a place where you don't have extra cash flow to be working with a healer, because, it's kind of like some people, they can afford to go join a gym for $20 a month and figure it out on their own, and other people can afford to hire a personal trainer and they're going to work one-on-one. It's all about value and about what you have, the time, the desire, the money, and, I would say it's mostly desire. But if you want to have a tool that will help you with what we're teaching about today, I highly recommend getting this book, Getting into the Vortex, and make sure you get the one with the meditation CD. It's the teachings of Esther and Jerry Hicks, teachings of Abram. Have you heard of them?
Yes.
Rose? Okay,
Yes.
I figured.
Yes,
But
love them.
Yes, and honestly, I have this in my healing room, and I recommend every client to get this book. I'm like, I should just buy a bunch of them and just have them here. But basically, the teachings of it are all about vibrational alignment and helping you remember that you are one with your source, that in essence, you are a healthy, you can be, you are an amazing, important cell in the collective body. And so when our cell is thriving, we're like, I love my life, and we feel blissful and happy and expansive and euphoric. That is our natural state. But we live on an earthly realm that has been so enslaved for so long that it's heavier in vibration. Well, not as much anymore, but that's where we came from, is in this earth plane. We've been kind of conditioned and taught that things are hard and that we have to pay for it, we have to earn it, no pain, no gain, all that stuff. And in essence, this book and the CD, for those of you that don't feel you can afford to hire us as healers, I encourage you to get that book. It's probably like $15 or something. And put in that CD every day and diligently focus, not with stress, but just the desire to let go, the desire to allow, the desire to come into a place of ease so that you can start becoming a vibrational match to everything you want. And if you want, I'll tell clients this, they'll be like, Tanya, I really know I'm meant to mentor with you, and like, you're amazing, and I feel so drawn to work with you, but I can't afford it. And I'll say, here's your first assignment then. I'll encourage them to get that book. And then I will say, I want you, do you believe in angels? And they'll be like, yeah. I say, you believe the universe helps you? And, oh, yeah, okay. Then I want you to tell the universe how much you're ready to work with me, and that you know that you need this amount of money, and that you thank the universe for taking care of all the details on that. And I have had so many clients actually take that and then put it out there to the universe, and money comes in for them. So instead of saying, like the guy on the phone with me the other day, oh, I can't afford it, but I go to the bar and I'm going to go buy my cigarettes. And, instead of putting out that energy of I can't afford what I need, I encourage you guys all to stop doing that and to start focusing on thanking the universe for bringing you the money, the time, and the desire and passion to step in as warriors of light, to step in and actually have the courage to take your wand back. Because most of us, if you watch like that movie Tomorrowland, I highly recommend that film. One of the things that the guy in the end who was kind of messing with humanity, it was like a test, and he was like, you guys all gave up. And he's like, you gave up and you started believing this apocalypse story, and you started expecting doom and gloom. And he goes, and you know why? Because when you expect that, it asks nothing of you. But the ones that actually are like, wait a minute, we can make this world a better place. We could change it. We could make these systems, the judicial system that's all corrupted, we could change that. We could change healthcare to where energy healers are acknowledged, and we don't give people medicine to just experiment. We don't just chop things out of their body without tuning in. We could be different. And we could teach our children to find what they love and to follow their passion instead of make them little conformed robots in a system that enslaves them. We could do this. And so in order to do that, it asks everything of us. And so I love in Tomorrowland how he just put it bluntly, humanity, the reason that a lot of you play victim and you play small is because it asks nothing of you. And you like playing small, and you like that you threw in your wand, but it fucking sucks and you suffer. And so if we want to change that, we have to take our wands back, and we have to step in with power and courage and say, what do you ask of me? How may I serve? What do you think about that, Rose?
Yeah, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. You can have all of your heart's desires. There's plenty of it for every single human being on this planet.
Yes.
And you weren't born, to just, pay bills and die, as they say. We're meant to be abundant on every level with love,
we were
friendship,
born to thrive, not survive.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes.
Right?
By the way, Pegasus amended his thank you with an amen and agreed.
I love it. I was like, can I get an amen? Even though I'm not religious at all. So on that note, what we were just talking about, Rose, have you ever read the books Conversations with God back in the day?
Yes.
Did you ever read any of them with Neil Donald Walsh?
Yes.
Well, the other day, and I've read this lately, it was just interesting. Like sometimes a book that I've read many years ago will just be like, oh. And so I went and grabbed book 3. And I open up to this page, and I'm going to read this little brief moment or brief part. And I think I read this recently, but it's so important to the very simplicity of our shifting this collective consciousness. We don't need to make this hard, and we don't need to talk about how everything's hard. It's not. Everything's vibration, and everything is about our holding a frequency of how simple things can change and how magical things can work out instead of how hard they are and how doom and gloom it is. It's all vibrational intention, which creates the expectation. So I open up to this page, and basically God is saying that there's 3 basic wisdoms that run through his entire dialogue that he does in all the books with Neil. And they are, we are all one, there's enough, there's nothing we have to do. So if you really can just own that and feel that truth in that, we are all one, there is enough, and there is nothing we have to do. So if we could all live with that truth in our heart, we would make choices from inspiration rather than obligation. We would share because there's plenty. We would know that if we harm that person, we harm ourselves. And so it will change, like it would be the most amazing shift that will happen on this planet when we all live this way. And it just could happen this moment. Every one of you watching, let's say today we have like, hey, it's 555, by the way, which is a number of change, like dynamic change. So perfect timing. So if all of us were to create this intention today together, let's say there's 2,000 of us tuning in today, and we're like, okay, we are all going to hold a vibrational frequency for this next week. Experiment with me. You don't have to take my word for this, but play with it. So for this next week, I will consciously and diligently hold my focus upon having plenty and upon sharing and knowing that I'm one, remembering I am a thriving cell in a healthy collective consciousness, and that I matter, and that my self-love and living authentically are my highest alignment, the highest focal point. And if we do that, each of us, we are going to shift and raise the frequency of the collective. And so instead of complaining about what's wrong with the world, start focusing on your own vibration and be the change. Like truly be the frequency and vibrational change that we will all ignite together. What do you think, Rose?
Absolutely become and embody everything that your heart's desires. Start speaking life, because that is the frequency and the intent. Start speaking life. Start believing and feeling and embodying and becoming life again.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to read this last little paragraph based on that. So maybe write this down, guys. Remember this. Put it on your bathroom mirror. We are all one. There's enough. There's nothing we have to do. So if we decided that we are all one, we would cease treating each other the way we do. And we would never think we're justified in bombing people or killing people ever, because that energy is not going to change that. Love is going to change that. If we decided that there's enough, we would do everything we could to share with everyone we connect with, whatever we're able and from our hearts guided and inspired to share. If we decided that there's nothing we have to do, we would stop trying to use doingness to solve our problems. And think about that. How often are we racing around on the hamster wheel of life to try to solve our problems, and we're exhausted and we are not helping a damn thing by doing that? So get rid of doingness, but rather move to and come from a state of being, which would cause your experience of those problems to disappear and the conditions themselves to thus evaporate. This is perhaps the most important truth of all for you to understand at this stage in your evolution, and it is a good place to end this dialogue. Remember this always and make this your mantra. There is nothing I have to have, there is nothing I have to do, and there is nothing I have to be, except exactly what I am being right now. So, what do you think about that? Great place to end our dialogue today, Rose?
Perfect.
Boom.
Yes.
So on that note, quickly, I am going to just share that any of you guys that are watching that are open and interested in connecting with some workshops and you want to connect remotely, my beloved and I are going to be offering a Twin Flame Union workshop on December 27th from 11 to 2 p.m. The cost is $55 for individuals if you prepay and $88 for couples. It is going to be awesome. And we are just going to be shining, mirroring examples of love. And you might get sick of the love, actually. No, I don't think so. I think you'll be inspired. But basically, we're going to be showing you why it's so important to do your work, whether you desire to attract your twin flame or you just want to love yourself more. It will be a beneficial workshop for anybody to attend. The next one is going to be on Saturday, January 2nd. Miracle Manifestation Vision Board Workshop, where we're going to be making fun new vision boards for the new year. And I will be talking a lot like what we were today about laws of attraction. So if you want to attend virtually through Skype or your local, contact me. So that's going on. And then I have a 3-month Essence of Yoga and Meditation teacher training coming up in January. That is a 3-month mentorship that will change your world. We're going to work together, and you can do this remotely. I've had clients do this remotely or in person. And if you're interested in any of that, go to my email at tanyaangel@gmail.com and contact me, and we will talk details. And I'm going to give Rose a moment to tell anything that she has coming up, any events or anything you want to promote, Rose.
You can just find me at quantumlucidity.com, and I have a book on Amazon called Quantum Lucidity. And so from there, all my services and everything are there. And actually, I do have some workshops and things coming up, but they are yet to be announced. So